We just found a not seeing interview with 60 Minutes and Kamala, how she got to where she's going, guys. We found
Willie Brown.
No, well, that's a very
Really?
No.
Really?
just watch. That's a very insightful answer. Here, Kamala.
What did you do to become the presidential nominee of your party?
Well, sometimes you just have to hawk Tua and spit on that thing, you know?
What? She is so vulgar.
Whoever
Can
did
you
that
believe
edit.
that she said that? Oh my
Nice
God.
job.
Wow. Wow.
What's up?
Just go for it, man.
It's canceltheshow.com. September 19th. Welcome into the show, everybody.
Cheers.
We are here Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays around 9 to 10 a.m. Central. Of course, most of the people catch us on our content or material after the show, but we're grateful for people coming in. Like, subscribe, share the show. You know what we do? Eric Johnson alongside today. Megan Marie Moret, Vic Faust, Projo in the house as well. For our normal live listeners, we normally start around 9, so we're just a little casually late today. We decided to do the Eric time today.
Yeah, isn't it fun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a great time.
Yeah.
So we do the Eric time. Lots to get into over the next hour or so. Okay. Donald Trump just continues to kick ass, guys. He does. Last night. Yes, he is. We'll get into it. Kicking ass at his appearance on Gutfeld, where Eric was last week. We'll get into that.
1 week ago, I was on Gutfeld.
I'm so
His
jealous.
rally
I cannot
was-
wait to hear about that.
His rally was insane last night. If we can get the videos up and running, Kamala Harris with another new accent, Eric. She showed us another new accent yesterday. She's
Really?
quite.
Yes.
She
She's
should-
very talented in that area.
That woman,
Yeah.
I've always said she's a great actress.
Yeah.
Yes,
She's a
she
politician.
Oh,
She can't
Mhm,
speak,
That's true.
but she's a good politician.
she's an actress,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, she plays to the crowd exceptionally well.
She's gotten better at it.
You got to give her props.
No, you don't.
You
I know
got
what you're
to.
gonna-
For what?
Because
for her
Her
accent.
acting.
I don't want to jump ahead, but it's like I'm looking at him and going, am I in some kind of a weird la la land where the polls keep getting better for her?
Oh my God, they're not.
No,
Eric,
they're not.
They're not.
Well,
I send you polling
I
all the
know.
time.
Where are you looking? That's, I think,
Well,
the important question.
We're gonna get
only-
into that.
Because
Are you looking on ABC?
I'm looking on Fox News.
No.
Mhm.
That's it.
The
And
only
there is-
polling,
I don't go to Politico, ABC, CBS. I don't do it.
Eric. This is why I've told people,
Mhm.
and we're jumping into the show real quick. We get into all of that. Plus, hell, I forgot what else we have today. We got so
we've
much going on.
Yeah. Well, we've got Vivek
Vivek.
talking.
He's kicking ass on CNN. By
Mhm.
far the best orator of policy, debater,
Yeah.
attorney. The guy, there would be nobody better than him in a courtroom. Okay, we'll get right into it. Let's start. You want to start with the polling, Eric? We'll start with the
Yes,
polling.
that's
and I'll tell
the
you what,
only thing from this point
you
forward that's
referenced
important.
Fox polling. The Fox polling, the latest poll that they showed was today that I saw.
Mhm.
Did you see who the polling was done by?
No.
New York Times. Okay, end of story.
Is it?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
A
here's the,
Democrat liberal,
All right.
a publication, 100%.
here's the story.
Now let's
for
talk
me.
about the David Silver polling. Let's talk about the Atlas Intel polling.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the latest Rasmussen polling. Let's talk about the Clear Politics polling. All has Trump leading. And guess what? The polling that we're being shown by
Yeah.
those publications that you wonder about, Eric,
Yes.
that's all popular vote polling. It's not electoral
No,
college.
I get it, but I am completely stunned. Number one, here's the story. We all know who Kamala isn't. She's not going to come in and not destroy fracking. She's not going to come in and put up a beautiful wall. We know who she isn't.
Right.
We know that she's a liar when it comes to that stuff. We don't know who she is. So that's one story. Find out who she is. The second story is, how do you do polling today? How do you call a phone that used to hang on your wall, ask the pertinent question?
Mhm.
I need to know that to be able to be a little bit more comfortable.
I thought they do texting.
Yeah.
I have no
They
idea.
do.
I have asked everybody
Yeah.
in my circle, have you ever been polled? There's no one. New York City was full of Trump signs.
Yeah.
You guys don't realize it. I was in New York City last week.
I love to hear that.
I cannot understand where do these people hide out? It's like when we go to bed, all the liberals come out of the basement
Mhm.
because I don't see them. I don't see them.
You don't see a lot of people walking the streets, whether it's a blue city or a red city, with Kamala signs. You just don't.
You don't.
You really don't.
You don't.
So they wait for time. They show their face when it's time to riot or protest or maybe burn something.
It's like the activists. We don't. So normal people don't hang out with the activist group.
Yeah.
Glenn says. Glenn from the chat line, first of all, says, Eric, every Fox News show has Trump winning every sector. And then he also said that he has received a cell phone call for polling.
He has. Okay. How does that go? What are the questions? Are they leading questions? You know, that's the things that and that's good. How did he come on his cell phone? How does he get the polling?
Okay, well, I will say that I still have never taken a poll, and I've had the same question as you. I'm like, how are these people taking polls? How can these polls be legit? Because I've never taken a poll. But lately, I am getting email after email and text after text to take these polls.
You can't even do that because you feel like you're going to get hacked.
Well, and here's the thing. Well, you're exactly right. Well, and the other kicker to it is that all the polls, in order for you to take the poll, they all ask for a donation. So it can be $1 or it can be more. And you say, do you want to be a part of this poll? Okay, great. No. Then donate this, or you can donate more. Or we'll give you a hat. I'm still waiting for a hat in the mail that I've never received yet. So not for a poll though. Just a donation.
TikTok is another one, guys. My son, he's a millennial. My girlfriend's a millennial. I know Gen Zs, and they are all showing me these TikToks against Kamala Harris. I go, that's great. That's great. Show me some. I just want to see them. Show me some of them railing on Trump. And they go, we never see them.
Yeah.
There's never memes or anything against Trump. It's always these TikToks that are totally for Trump and totally against Kamala. I'm like, there's got to be a place in the universe that the other side, who is that is apparently 50-50, there has to be a place where these people are capping on the red man with the orange hair.
That's actually a really good point. I don't see a whole lot of memes.
I don't know.
I mean, maybe like of him dancing every once in a while. Because he's got that kind of goofy dance. I love it. I find it very endearing. But I agree with you. I don't really ever see that. It's the dance of the
working man. Is what that is.
There you go. I like it. See, you just named it. But there's constantly, every time you turn around, there's a funny video of Kamala, whether she's laughing, or the latest one is she's got a microphone and she can't even hold it, steady or straight. It looks like she just, had a few martinis before she sat down. I'm not sure. She does. Bad. And just when we thought she was, couldn't be crazier. Lately, she has really, taken her bar higher on the crazy meter.
Can we go to the crazy meter? Joe, whenever you get a chance, I just looked in. You got to go to the bathroom. Oh, sorry. They just brought up crazy meter with Kamala. Kamala crazy Kamala. If you get a chance, Joe, can you pull up her latest accent? Did you hear this, Eric?
I don't know. No.
Okay.
Yeah,
wherever
she goes, she switches it up.
Yeah,
she really likes to turn it on.
She did her Detroit thing, and then she started talking what people described as sisterhood.
My brothers and sisters in her black sequin gown. Did you see her? She was actually in a gown, in a dress.
And then she was down in the South, and she started talking kind of in the South.
Yeah.
And then yesterday we have a new one.
What's that?
Eric, she was talking to the Latinos.
Oh God, this should be good.
Here we go.
We'll play it a few times, Joe, if we can.
With the rolling R's.
Here she is again.
I don't know.
Here she is.
I love you back.
I love you back.
I love you back.
Oh my
God.
I love you back.
Oh.
Now look at her. She's like, this woman.
Mi casa es su casa. I love you back.
We love you back.
Yes. Oh,
I mean, there's no way in hell any Latino should even consider voting for this fake and phony.
No.
Oh my God.
Oh, she's unbelievable.
Are people but once again, I give Eric credit for this because he calls it out. Mainstream, if you only look at mainstream media, you'll never know that she's doing this because mainstream media refuses to do any negative story, even though it's true.
Yeah.
about Kamala.
Mhm.
That's why I think the media of the people is TikTok or Reels or Facebook.
By the way, we're getting pretty big on TikTok here.
Really?
Yeah, we're kind of big. You too. You're getting kind of be a big thing on
You're
this.
part of it.
I just never see myself, and if I did,
Yeah.
I'd scroll past real bit.
Yeah, you're on a couple that have some of our top numbers on it.
No, what can I say?
Yeah.
You're
I
welcome.
think it was the one you took your shirt off. You remember that one?
Yes, I do.
And you were flexing?
No, I don't remember.
Yeah.
You don't?
That wasn't me. That was not me.
Oh, it was Joe. I'm sorry.
Probably.
It was Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
but here though, Vic,
She's so fake though. God, and it continues.
And every single thing you can
Without
do,
you back.
you can do polling on TikTok or Reels or whatever it is. I've never seen Trump that he wasn't like 78 to 14. Who would you vote for? And you know what I'm talking about? They have the polling in the apps. You've ever seen that?
No.
Here's like, who are you voting for? Well, Trump or Kamala? Trump, boom. And then when you hit the number, it goes like 78% to Trump, 14% to Kamala. It's like, well,
Yeah.
now what the hell?
Yeah, I don't know. Again, I don't put a whole
I
lot
do.
into
I do.
polling.
And
I really well look at last time. I mean, when
Yeah.
you know,
I
the
do. You
last
just got to
election,
look at the polling that's not bought and paid for by TV news networks
Yeah.
well,
and liberal publications.
True. And you were just saying that you'll never see Kamala and her doing all these shenanigans on mainstream media. But you know what? They love this stuff. They
Yeah.
eat this stuff up. They think that she's, clever as heck going on and she's
Yeah.
able to do all these,
Oh, she's
you know,
clever.
she knows how
she's
to
more
read
like
the
crafty.
room.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh no,
but
she's
yeah.
definitely. Here's the problem. So the people who want Kalama, they're locked
Well, no,
in
you too.
because it's like
I'm sorry.
Te amo, baby.
it's like trying to get someone, and this is the way it is. Someone that is in. She's Sex in the City.
Oh boy.
What?
And yes,
Okay,
she's
how?
Sex in the City because women love that show. The guys don't like Sex
Yeah.
in the City, but women, they love Sex in the City. And the guys that like bratwurst and tailgating and football,
Mhm.
they're Trump. You're never going to get the Sex in the City ladies to dig on what's going on over here. I'm sorry, you're just not.
Yeah.
See, she comes out in this sequins dress.
Mm-hmm.
She goes on Drew Barrymore tonight. She's going to be on Oprah Winfrey.
Mm.
This is the wine and backyard crowd.
Yeah.
These are the
well,
ladies.
you have to be a wino to want to watch Drew Barrymore show.
Who's Drew Barrymore?
I'm sorry.
Because, I mean,
I
but
mean-
no, she does. And I mean, obviously, she's got
Mamala.
some sort of
I can't even look at her without thinking Mamala.
Everybody needs a mamala.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't
I
think-
seriously,
So-
that made me sick to my
so-
stomach.
So, and I was having this
Ugh.
discussion last night. You cannot. My son thinks that he can take every liberal on and change their mind.
I love
and
that
I'm,
kid.
And I'm like, Bryce.
Let him learn. Just let him learn.
I go, Bryce,
Let
you're
him
only
go.
going to live in frustration because unless you can pull the heartstrings. See, Republicans, they'll vote for people outside their space. They're like,
Mhm.
look, if this guy's got a better economic plan, if he's going to let me keep my guns, if he's got sensible policies, if he's going to keep me safe, I'll vote for him.
Yeah.
Democrats aren't like that. They're not. You cannot go point by point by point by point and decimate them in a debate
Because they don't talk policy.
don't talk policy.
No,
It's
It's
feelings.
impossible.
they do
Well, this is
exactly
my
what we see
opinion.
Kamala doing.
Yeah.
They just kind of, whatever people want to hear, it doesn't matter. Like I say, she has no shame saying she believes in one thing one day and turns around the next day, has absolutely no
Yeah.
problem completely contradicting herself on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And they just grin and
Yeah.
go on about it and act like that's like it's normal.
And they lie. So this Springfield, Ohio thing is very interesting
Mm-hmm.
because it is a problem with people who have lived there for 50 years.
Yep.
They are over inundated.
And they've been talking about this heavy for 2
Have
years.
they?
For
And
2 years.
Kamala got fed a question that says, can you talk about the Springfield, Ohio thing and how racist it is?
Mhm.
It's
Right.
not racist. These people are being attacked because there's a culture, a pretty violent culture, why they came over here, the Haitians.
Mhm.
And apparently they're super poor. And apparently when you're super poor, you do eat the wildlife around you.
Yeah.
And you do commit crimes. And these are problems that are
Yeah.
in that community. But if you try to get that into the national sphere, it's racist.
well,
here-
well,
but-
why don't you-
Eric,
but
we've already
that's-
shown the videos proving it's all legitimate true. So
That's-
it's happening.
That's the word of the day for the Democrats, though. Find a
It's-
new word. It means nothing. It's so watered down right now.
Yeah.
And so call me a racist. Okay, fine. Grow up. Find a new word. I mean, I'm a racist
matter.
because I'm worried about my pets.
I feel so sorry
being
for them
skinned.
because these are probably a town full of blue dog Democrats, to be honest with you. I don't know how Springfield, Ohio votes, but at one part of their life, they were probably like, no, we are pro-union. We want to do the hard work of the man.
Mhm.
And we're Democrats.
Yeah.
How in the hell do you vote for Democrats at this point when
Tell you what,
when your family is being forced to move out of the place that they probably lived in for generations?
That great point. I don't think that they will be voting Democrat moving forward.
Well, Donald Trump had a huge night again. And not only did he have a huge night, but this is why, as we were talking about Kamala, the Trump-Vance ticket just in the last month or so has had 55 public press conference / interviews. To Harris Walz, 14 appearances. 55 to 14. When you know you're the best and you have nothing to hide and you have confidence and you know exactly what you're talking about, you've put your policy forward, you're going to do this. You're going to go out and you're going to show the people. You're not going to hide anything. We already know people who refuse to talk to the media: Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Tim Walz. They're not what they want you to be. You're not going to want to vote for them. This is simple stuff. 55 to 14. And last night, Donald Trump kicking ass in New York. 16,000, showing you the video, shows up, sold out. 60,000 people outside. And Donald Trump is now saying, we're going to win New York. I know people think it's crazy.
What's the polling in New York? I know that we've talked it. Is there has got to be New York polling. There's no way he can win.
No, well, they're saying that he's, next to Ronald Reagan, he's pulling numbers like no Republican has.
Look at the rally scene last night. These aren't bought and paid for people. There's no
buses showing up.
There's no Megan Stallions or whatever on stage. I mean, look at this video of the people and the excitement. I mean, it is insane what we see. And then the camera will show you everybody, not just one side that you see at Kamala's rallies. I mean, this is Long Island, people. This is not Nebraska or Iowa or Missouri. That's Long Island.
19,000 people, I think, were at his rally last night, he said, which is absolutely incredible.
Near 20,000 and 60,000 outside in New York.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Eric, that's polling, baby.
I missed it by 1 week. I missed it. I would have been there. I would have been.
You could have been there.
Yeah, the only thing we saw was Jane's Addiction on Pier 11.
Another, the Teamsters, their internal polling showed for Trump.
I saw that.
But then publicly, they're not even going for the Democrat. Well, we're not going to vote for anybody. That is a big check mark for Donald Trump and one / against Kamala Harris. It's huge what's happening. And then at the rally last night, Trump, he's a comedian. Joe's talked about what a comedian is. He is a speaker. He is a leader. He is brash. He is abrasive. He is confident. And that's how I want my leaders, especially Donald Trump last night, saying, why not me? Why not me? Listen to here's Donald from last night.
We can do all of this and more, but patriotic New Yorkers must get your asses to vote.
Love it.
Gotta get up. Gotta get up. Harry, get up, Harry. Harry, get your fat ass out of the couch. You're going to vote for Trump today, Harry. Get up, Harry. Come on, let's go. Let's go, Harry.
Come on, Harry.
Donald Trump, we have never had a president that's this damn funny.
No.
He is.
Yeah.
I mean, and just comfortable because he knows he is what's best for this country.
Yes, he is. He is. You're right. He is so comfortable just being him.
Yeah.
He doesn't try to turn anything on or off depending on his audience. He is just him. He's steady. He,
Hey, side note, Eric, by the way, from the chat line, by the way, we invite you to go to our People's Podcast platform. Then we get ready to show you the next Donald Trump soundbite from last night. Were you at the fight, the Jane's Addiction concert fight?
The night before. That was in Boston. That was in Boston. And the night we saw him, it was the night in New York on Pier 11.
Yeah, you saw the last full show then, because they canceled the tour the next night.
Well, that was the night we saw him. he was having problems with his voice. I can go into this if you guys want, but I know what he's going through.
Really?
When you're too loud on stage and you're a vocalist and you can't hear yourself, he wanted to beat the crap out of Dave Navarro, didn't he?
Wow.
I've had so many drumsticks thrown at me, it's unbelievable.
Oh my!
For being too loud.
Are you serious?
Yeah. From my brother.
Eric, by the way, professional musician.
Yes, he is.
He likes to be quiet about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you were like a big deal and still are kind of a big deal, right?
No.
Yeah, you are. It's okay. We'll say it for him.
No,
Vic.
I was not. I wasn't.
He's a big deal. Yeah, he is.
Donald Trump again last night from his rally. So
Mm-hmm.
comfortable in his own skin.
And you know what? They've got to get much tougher. I'm going to go there in the next 2 weeks. I'm going to Springfield and I'm going to Aurora. You may never see me again, but that's okay. Got to do what I got to do. Whatever happened to Trump? Well, he never got out of Springfield. I'm leading in Ohio by like 15 points, a lot. And we're going to take care of Ohio. And we're going to take care of Colorado. And we're going to take care of every single state in the union. They're all under siege. A lot of people don't talk about. But think of this. So the mayor of Springfield, and I think he's a very nice person, but instead of saying we're getting them all out, we're getting them out, he says very simply, we're hiring teachers to teach them English. Can you believe it?
Mm.
We are hiring interpreters, so when they go to school and take the place of our children in school, we have an interpreter. Each one will have a private interpreter. What the hell is wrong with our country?
Okay.
No. We're getting them out of our country. They came in illegally. They're destroying our country. We're getting them out. They're going to be brought back to the country from which they came.
So the news story is this is what's coming to a small community near you.
And 65% of Americans through all polling are saying that they back Donald Trump's plan to get illegals out of our damn country and have them come back through a vetted, legal, orderly process.
Yes. I hate to say that, but China would never let a redneck Hoosier like myself live in their midst, because there would be a level of my culture wouldn't mix with theirs. And it's dangerous to a society when you're just destroying the entire base of the country.
That's right.
And we want you to come here, but there's this amazing thing called the Statue of Liberty. It's Ellis Island. Go there, sign the document, come in, learn the culture. We want you to learn English. In 7 years or so after you've worked here with your family or whatever it is legally, we're going to bring you to a naturalization ceremony. We're going to give you a card that says you're an American citizen. You have worked for that piece of paper. So welcome to taxes.
Right.
I mean, it's
that's exactly true.
But you cannot dump, 16,000 Haitians who 2 or 3 months before that were literally bombing their own government.
Well,
they were being bombed.
Thanks for coming in.
And Kamala tries to, she likes to make that argument for them. She likes to say, look what they've come from. Look at the unrest that they've had in their own country.
It's how you couch the debate.
Come here.
It's disgusting.
But to your point, racism and culturally different are two opposite
There's
things.
no such thing in race. First of all, there's no such thing as racism in the world anymore, not in the United States anymore. It's culturalism.
Exactly.
It's one culture, Ladue, in a gated community, not totally understanding an urban culture, or a bunch of rednecks in
a farmer living in the city, or a city person living on a farm,
or Troy, Missouri farmers not really totally understanding how the Miami nightlife crowd works.
Hey, now
it's not racism. It's just we don't know how to. We live in different places.
Yeah.
And when you have Haitians who have basically had no laws, they will commit crimes to make sure that they're not starving.
Which is why.
And they will tag team. Look at the gangs coming up from Central America. Do you think they're going to stop that because they came across the border?
Well, exactly. And it is a culture. They've lived like that. And it's okay to be culturally diverse.
Yeah.
That is okay. But it doesn't mean that in the snap of a finger, one culture needs to or should accept another culture that's moving in next door to your house.
Which is why we need Donald Trump. And Donald Trump told New Yorkers last night in another sign of his comedy. But being serious, it's a Donald Trump time. This is why we need Donald Trump. Here he is.
Say to the people of New York, with crime at record levels, with terrorists and criminals pouring in, and with inflation eating your hearts out, vote for Donald Trump. What the hell do you have to lose? What do you have to lose? And so
I love it every time I see him speaking.
Yeah.
Once again,
He's got to do more of it, unfortunately.
he's in Long Island.
I'm sorry, guys. He is
What?
something about Kamala.
Oh, my God.
Is
You're scared.
You're
You're
all right
scared.
to
You've
be
been
not-
scared.
You should not be afraid
Not-
of Kamala. You should be afraid of cheating.
yes, that
Yeah.
what you just said. And you know what you should say?
The rules are never going to be equal again, Eric. ever.
Here's what Trump should be saying, and he should focus a little bit more on this. He should say, my fear is that they keep saying I'm a threat. They say I'm a risk to democracy. Fantastic. The Republican friends in the House have put together bill after bill after bill to say only legal citizens can vote in elections. And they've written these bills and they put them in other bills. And guess who keeps saying about that? No, we're not going to do that. The Democrats. The Democrats say they will not sign legislation that says only American citizens can vote in elections.
No.
And not only
I go, there you go. Your point is made. These are the threat to a democracy. People coming in from other countries, other influences
That are breaking the law.
to get here in the first place.
Well,
They
it
are
even
breaking the law.
It gets even worse than that, guys. Just this week, and remember, 158 House Democrats voted against requiring the deportation of illegal immigrants who have assaulted women in the United States. 158
Well, who are these
Democrats
morons?
voted against this. They voted against this. This is how crazy it's gotten. But the national media will not tell you the black and white truth. We're about facts, not the feelings of this. And this gets way beyond the feelings. This is like, are you kidding me? We're not going to protect our women now?
Yeah.
Oh, we're the party of women.
Until it happens to someone in their family. Then we'll see what the Democrats do.
150, do not forget this, 158 Democrats voted against deporting illegals who have assaulted women in the United States.
Right.
And then, you can vote while you're here too. We'll get you a license. We'll, we'll take care of you. We'll get you a nice massage. And what else do they need? Anything else?
Hotels, 5-star hotels.
Nice pair of Nikes.
Yes,
We'll
Nikes.
set you on your way.
Yeah.
Well, and then you've got Kamala coming out and she'll say, so what is Donald Trump going to do? What's he going to go and raid, have these raids and go round all these people up and then put them in detention camps? And it's like, heck yeah. Let's go, DJT. Let's go and round these illegal aliens.
Yeah.
They are illegals. They have broken the law. Our country has laws.
Yeah.
When you come here, you break them. Just like me being a citizen, everybody here, you have to pay the price.
Yeah.
When you break the law.
And I want to apologize to the soccer moms I might have offended in the past, because I always bring up the soccer moms as the voting block to watch for.
No,
I've talked to quite a few soccer moms lately, and these ladies are like, about Kamala, I'm out. Where's my Trump?
Finally.
So I don't mean to ever put you into soccer moms into the same bucket.
Word.
Yes. He look.
Hey, look.
He's come to Jesus.
Look.
The Red
come
Sea
to
is
Jesus.
parted.
Yes.
It's not parted.
Thank you, sweet baby.
But at least
Jesus.
we're laying out on the beach.
Sweet baby Jesus. I knew you were going to hear my prayer about Eric.
My fellow soccer moms.
Yeah.
Eric has come to the table.
I think
got
the
him.
soccer moms are worried right now.
I think, Eric, everything, well, not everything, but it seems like some good stuff happened to you when you went to New York. You were at Gutfeld's audience last week.
Yeah.
How was, he is the leader in late night TV, highest ratings.
Yes.
The show, the topics are great.
Yeah.
You went there. You love them.
Mm-hmm.
What was that experience like? Because Trump did Gutfeld last night and was amazing. And we're going to show some of his clips in just a second.
It was great. That shows exactly like you would think it would be. Small studio, perfect. It's actually a perfect.
Our studio is bigger than Gutfeld.
It
right?
is. I'm telling you.
It does seem small.
It's super small. It's super cool. Gutfeld walks in. He's like a boss. Walks out like a boss. He basically everything he's. It's a very well produced piece of work. We were there with Tulsi Gabbard the night Tulsi Gabbard was there.
What a great night!
Awesome.
Yeah, it was a great night, and I think that Tulsi is starting to make a name for herself among the younger kids. I do. But her whole thing is, so Trump is lining up all of these little components. Tulsi is way into like the foreign policy stuff. Vivek is into the domestic policy stuff, but he has a very wide grip on everything.
Yeah, he does. You're right.
Kennedy is more of the social kind of stuff, kids and the dietary stuff and that kind of. He's got this weird cabinet kind of that he's putting together. It's one thing that he was doing last time is he was kind of aligning with rhinos. Remember that he was aligning with Trump. Trump was trying to get with, it was Mike Pence is a rhino, for God's sakes. He was trying to get the endorsement of Mitt Romney. Remember that?
We're going back.
Yeah,
we're going way back.
But
he's not doing it. He's not doing it this time.
He realized
there's no way that Elon Musk is a rhino.
No, how many times you have to get stabbed in the back before you realize, okay, these people didn't like me.
He got stabbed more by the rhinos than he did by the Democrats.
That's right.
Yeah, you're right about that. Well,
better know that in me.
He still hangs out with the few guys that I think are on that rhino line, though.
Give me an example.
Lindsey Graham.
But Lindsey,
Mike Johnson.
Yeah.
Is Mike a rhino?
Hell yes,
he's like, oh my God, I'm the Speaker of the House.
He's a rhino, or he's got some qualities of a rhino.
No, I think of a rhino. Here's Mitch McConnell's a rhino.
Yeah.
Mitt Romney is a rhino. Mike Pence is a rhino. My God, Liz Cheney. She's a rhino.
She's a closet Democrat.
Yeah. She's a rhino turning into a donkey.
Well, yeah, exactly. You are exactly right.
Well, you were at Gutfeld last week. Trump was on Gutfeld last night, and he kicked ass like he always does. We have a couple clips from Trump on Gutfeld from last night, and I just love to see him. This is where you actually see the personality of who Donald Trump really is. And you see that he's not this dictator and everything he's going to be bad. He's going to tear up democracy.
Oh, my gosh.
So
go ahead. No.
So Gutfeld, take a look at my ear.
That's right. You know, we met at the convention.
Yeah.
And I said, who am I going to show it to? You know, we have a lot of guys. You know, they'll say it didn't exist. And I actually did have such confidence in him, and he's really a very special guy, talented guy, good guy, great guy. And I said, you know, if I'm going to show it, let's do it with Gutfeld.
Yes.
That's amazing. It's amazing. Because it happened right after.
Yeah, how did you get him to see the top of your ear?
Well, I sat in a low chair.
Okay, thank you.
Leave this. So,
see, that is just off the cuff.
It is.
You know, when Trump ran for president the first time, me and one of our friends, Chris Blevins, we were somehow designated to run security for him. Did you know that?
No.
I ran security for Trump.
You'd be better security now than this. By the way, he's been given, that's an update from last night. Donald Trump has been given full presidential security.
Yes.
That finally came out.
Finally.
But we were like, oh my God, Secret Service will kill us if we go in this door. We open the door and we walk right in.
Really?
And then we're like, well, the Secret Service will definitely kill us if we go in that door where he is. He opens the door and walks right in. 2 seconds later, he's getting a picture with Trump at where was it at? It was at the
it's in the back somewhere.
Yeah, the Peabody down in St. Louis.
It was a Peabody.
That's so cool.
And when I was there, I was like, half of St. Louis is snaked around this place. They want to see Trump.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted to see Trump.
And it's only increased.
Yeah. And he just ran for president, and he just went out there and did it. No security, none. I'm telling you, he was cruising around St. Louis with maybe one bodyguard.
Can't do that anymore.
Can't do that anymore.
I know, and he better not.
Yeah.
Here's more with Donald Trump from Gutfeld last night, just showing who he is and having fun. And obviously, the studio audience loved him, and the panel loved him.
Well, thank you for WrestleMania 4 and 5, by the way. Thank you very much. But if you're going to sit in that chair, if you're going to do the Tyrus experience, you have to do it right because you are the people's champion, Mr. Trump.
Wow.
And on behalf of all the people of America,
I like that. Now I'm really happy. That's a good one.
that's the man who makes all the professional ones.
Beautiful, yeah.
there you go.
No, but this is the real one. This is a real deal. This
No, I'm going to give a fake belt to the next president.
We're more used to that. That's good. Thank you, Terry.
You are the people's champion. Thank you.
I mean,
the people.
That was so damn. It's
cool.
great TV.
Gosh.
Yeah.
You can tell that he is so humbled too when he walks
Yeah.
into a place like that. In the beginning, when he first came out, The crowd was standing up, just applauding him, wouldn't sit down. They were just so hyped and excited. And you can just see that smile. He's like a little kid.
Yeah.
Smile on his face, like, man, these people really do love me.
Yeah.
You know, and he is the people's champion.
Yeah.
I mean, look at him.
You
Look
just
what
need
he
to. So in the old days, in the old days, you had politicians who were waiting in line. So you'd have the Republican and the Democrat waiting in line to go and do a debate to show the world what your policies were. Dukakis and Bush and Clinton and all those guys. We are not in that era anymore. You do not need to get on the stage with your opponent anymore. That's how you do it right there.
Yeah.
Podcast. I sure to God wish that Joe Rogan would put him on his podcast.
Me too. I really do.
And I call out Joe Rogan. And I'll do it every single day.
Thank you.
Every damn day.
He's too damn good.
I go, Joe, you know how to interview in the style of conversation. The people of the United States would like to know point by point by point of who this guy is. And you have that audience. And I would love him to do it with Kamala too.
Yeah.
Because
oh gosh, I would too.
She would never
she'd get
do
eaten
that.
alive.
Yeah, but
she can't handle that.
You don't think she could?
No, she's terrible.
I think that I feel like
look, she's had one. She has had one decent debut.
Yeah,
decent, and that was at the debate,
and that was because of cheating.
It was because it was all scripted. She knew all of the questions beforehand. She was never fact checked. They were attacking Donald Trump left and right, both of the moderators.
Yeah.
So that was like her really only decent showing. So in anything, the few things that she's done since then, oh my gosh, she is on. Talk about word salad.
Yeah, you want to talk about?
It's gotten worse.
Well, Tim Walz.
I kind of feel sorry for her a little bit.
I don't.
How do you in 2019?
Eric.
How do you in 2019 go? Where if you guys build a 25-foot border wall, I'm going to go start a company with 30-foot ladders, and they go, oh no. We didn't mean that.
Yeah, well,
How
that's why I don't feel sorry for her. She is a pathological liar.
And then Tim Walz as well. He's as weak as it comes.
Yeah.
His wife's showing how nuts she is. And then last night, Donald Trump also shared a story on Gutfeld about Tim Walz and what Tim Walz asked him to do during the riots. Listen to this.
It's funny. Waltz is a strange dude.
Oh, he's strange.
He is strange. Him and I are the same age. How does he look so much younger?
No, he's a strange guy.
It's strange.
You know, he called up years ago. I was in the White House, and he said, my house is being surrounded by people with American flags. I said, is that a good thing or a bad thing? He said, I think they're going to attack me. This was during the riots and everything else. They were MAGA people. You know, they like the American flag, all right? And they also had Trump. And I said, how do you know? There were about 15,000, He said, could you put out a word like that I'm your friend? I don't even know him, but that's the only time I ever spoke to him. And if you look back long ago, tweets, before Truth, tweets, long ago, I put out a statement. He's a good man, the governor. He's on our side. I didn't know him, but I didn't want him to get hurt. And everybody put down their flags and they left. Yes. He said it was a miracle. He said it was a miracle. I didn't want him to get hurt.
Scared by the American flag.
They say
he's not a nice guy. I would have had fun with that. I mean, it's called a barbecue. Go outside.
He remembers it, actually. He was a little bit nervous about things. They had one guard. He said, we have one guard at the door. It was the mansion from the state. Then he said, we have one guard at the door, and you have 15,000 people out there. And I'm a little bit, I don't know, they look violent. I said, are they carrying the American flag? They're not going to be violent.
Yes.
But I put out a statement, and they just went back. It was sort of a beautiful thing in a lot of ways. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Nice job, Donald Trump.
Yeah.
That's how you do.
That's our
Bring
boy.
truth.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'd love to hear how Tim Walz disputes that. I would love to hear that for real.
Yeah, well, we can't believe a word he says either. That
You
we
can't.
know that.
So I was trying to think, what would make me want to vote for Kamala? First thing she would have to do, she would have to go, Kamala, I'm going to play you a clip of you in 2019 or 2007 or whenever. And I would love her to look at the screen and watch it and goes, I am going to shut down fracking. And then they stop the video. And then I would love for her to go, now this is what I was talking about. I do think that I feel like I could do her job better for her. I think that the world is burning. I know the geologists are saying we are in global warming. I know that fossil fuels are playing into that. My goal, I'm doing her job. If you're listening, Kamala, you can use this. My goal is to make sure that we save the planet. Well, however, I said we're not going to frack anymore. but I've switched my opinion, and we are going to frack and we're going to drill, and we are going to at the same time simultaneously develop clean energies that in 20 years, 30 years, 40 years from now, you won't even know what oil is anymore. So that, I mean, how easy is that, Vic? I did that off the cuff. Give me an example. I can do her job.
Good. You're
better
good.
for.
I endorse you. I endorse you.
I'm not
right
running
now.
as a Democrat. No, that's not going to happen.
I endorse you to take over her job.
I could do that. And she goes, "We're not going to build a border wall." And I do this all the time. This is the I invite you to do this as well. And when you're in your car, try to be Kamala Harris.
We just found a not seeing interview with 60 Minutes and Kamala, how she got to where she's going, guys. We found
Willie Brown.
No, well, that's a very
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
just watch. That's a very insightful answer. Here, Kamala, on
What did you do to become the presidential nominee of your party?
Well, sometimes you just have to hawk Tua and spit on that thing, you know?
What? She is so vulgar.
Whoever did that edit.
That she said that. Oh my
Nice
God.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Did you need to see that again, Eric?
No, I feel a little bit creeped out.
Do you feel violated?
A little bit.
A little bit violated this morning.
You got to keep the old mental thing down. No, she
said sometimes you have to hawk to it to get where you need to go when it comes to politics.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
I'll let you guys take this one.
Hey now.
Hey now.
People, that was not real. If there's probably some grandma watching us that goes, I heard her say sometimes you have to hawk to it.
Yeah, no, it's
hawk to it.
Well, I mean, look, if we're going to compare what she says to what's real and what's not, I mean, I don't really think that there's any way to do that, because like you were just saying, she'll talk one thing about the border one day, one thing about taxes one day. That girl doesn't know where she stands with anything.
No.
And she can't talk unless she's completely scripted.
Yeah, the border. I mean, I go through the exercise all the time. The border, how would I go? I know what I said. So how do I soften that? And I go through this exercise of what would I say if I was Kamala? Because Trump is just, every single thing he talks about, he lays out is common sense.
It is common
strong
sense.
military. Okay, we don't have to worry about that one. Bring the taxes down so that you can afford more things, not destroy the American dollar so that the inflation rate can come down. Common sense. The only thing is that there are certain people that just cannot take the mean tweets. They cannot understand how an abrasive guy like this is running for president. But he's a business guy. But Kamala is a moron. No, exactly. I'm not trying to be mean.
You're right.
I'm not. No, guys. I say that in a analytical way. She's, at least the way that she comes across on camera, is moronic. She has word salads. She says things that make people who create memes a dream, and she doesn't have an answer, which you could answer some of these questions kind of easy. Yes, I did say that, but let me walk you through the progression of what I'm thinking now so that you vote for me. She can't even do that.
Well, Vivek really made her look bad yesterday.
Yeah, and where Kamala is lacking in brains, maybe Donald Trump is lacking in a little bit of decorum, but that's it. Maybe just a little bit of decorum, but I mean, when you compare the two, like I always say, if somebody's going to fight for me and truly my life is on the line, or my family's life is on the line, survival's on the line, I don't care about some gal that knows how to come in and lie to my face.
Yes.
I really don't.
Right.
I want somebody that might be a little rough around the edges to come in and make things happen.
Well, Vivek destroyed her on CNN yesterday, and he destroyed the CNN anchor. And there is nobody better in America who can explain policy, explain what's happened, and do it in a manner that makes sense than Vivek. This guy just kicked ass yesterday. Listen to him go.
You brought up some claims about Kamala Harris. I want to finish that discussion. She said she didn't favor a ban on fracking now. The reality is she was one of the strongest proponents of that ban, so much so that when she was in California, she sued the Obama administration over granting fracking permits. She didn't just favor the abolition of private health insurance. She was a co-sponsor of the bill with Bernie Sanders as a U.S. Senator for Medicare for All for Americans. The reality is, when you think about the Green New Deal, she was the chief proponent, not just as a co-sponsor of the legislation, but going further and saying she would end the filibuster in the Senate to ram that through. So the reality is she can say what she wants to say now. Those are actions she has taken. Is someone allowed to evolve? Of course they are, but she deserves to explain exactly why she's changed those positions, exactly what her position is. If it's not a ban on fracking, what exactly is it?
Thank you.
What exactly is her healthcare plan if she no longer favors abolishing private health insurance, which just 4 short years ago when she ran for president, she did? And that's the kind of scrutiny that's been missing. I think Donald Trump has received plenty of scrutiny, and I give credit to him for sitting for hostile interviews that Kamala Harris has not. You brought up some claims about Kamala Harris. I want to finish.
I think I should be rooming with Vivek Ramaswamy because that's exactly what I just said.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that he's absolutely right. And the fact that the American people aren't getting answers to questions for the highest position in the world should make them super offended.
Yeah.
And this is why I think that you can say that the American people, they're smart. I think that they're led a little bit too much these days by emotion, and it's a shame because they're going to freak out in a few years when their communities are overran. They're going to freak out when their schools that used to be beautiful schools are completely run down.
It's the Democratic playbook right now.
Yeah.
Play on emotion
Yes.
because we don't have policy and we can't actually talk the A, B's, and C's of things. So let's talk about the emotions.
Well, I mean, look at her campaign slogan for crying out loud. It's joy and hope. I mean, that's her slogan.
Well, that's
joy
what
and hope.
Obama.
How old are you? 5?
No, they hijacked that from Obama.
Yeah.
Well, hope and change.
By the way,
sorry.
By the way, Vivek has a town hall tonight in Springfield, Ohio. And you know what some alt-left groups did?
They tried to buy the tickets. Yeah.
They tried to buy up and bought up a ton of tickets so that nobody could get to the tickets. And then they would either go and cause issues or not go, so nobody was there. So they got to it quicker, or there'd be less. Just telling you, these are the tactics that the left will go to and say, well, what do you mean? We didn't do anything wrong.
Well, then they need to change the location. They need to do a last minute switcheroo, change the location, and let everybody in for free. That's what they need to do.
That's what they should do.
Honestly.
That's what a town hall is.
Yeah.
In the old days, you get on the soapbox and you yell as loud as you can.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
And everything that Vivek just said in that interview was point on. He said, look, we're not saying that you're not allowed to evolve. We're not saying that you're not allowed to change your mind. What we're saying, though, is when you do change and so severely, I mean, it's not a little bit of gray. I mean, she went from one end to the other. Educate us.
Yeah, here's the deal.
Humor us on why you want to change your stance on this policy. Let us know.
If she was talking, here's the deal. This is why I have a massive problem with this lady. If she was talking to the Urban League in St. Louis and said, Kamala, will there be reparations? She would go, absolutely. Absolutely. There will be absolutely. And then all of a sudden it's like 40 minutes later, she drives all the way out to Wentzville, Missouri, or St. Charles, and she goes, Kamala, will there be reparations? These people might need to have a committee, but no, there will be no reparations. She has the ability to flip-flop like that.
She
not be challenged on it.
Yeah.
And still the polling seems to be.
And that's the problem with the Democratic voters. They never, ever want to question anything. They just go right along with it. They just, with a big smile, they're like, okay, totally acceptable. They're not, I don't know what the issue is. I don't know if it's that they're not bright enough, that they either don't know or they don't care. Yeah. I don't know. But why in the world they would not want to say, tell us why you keep changing.
It's because
do you want to ban straws? Yeah. You know what? Yeah. I think I do. I think I want to ban straws. Oh, good. Yes. Let's ban straws, everyone. Yeah. I mean, that's how childish this is.
She has something for everybody. But here's why this is never going to change. Because as a Cardinal fan, have you ever tried to convert a Cub fan to become a Cardinal fan?
Doesn't work. Doesn't happen.
You can have a World Series
or
winning,
vice versa.
Or vice versa. You can have a World Series Cardinal team. It's like, we would like to invite you to wear our jersey for Cub fan. Cub fan will take a shovel and smash you in the face before he dies. Yeah. They hate each other, or they used to. I don't know how it is anymore. But you can't. They are loyal to the colors. They're loyal to the logo. They're loyal to the environment. If I'm loyal to Kamala and the Sex and the City appeal of that, which that's what they're trying to do, is to glamour up a little bit, then you're not going to switch to become a Hoosier. It's like Green Acres.
Yeah.
You could not get Zsa Zsa Gabor to become a farmer.
I don't think that there's any.
That's an old reference.
I don't think there's any organic loyalty to Kamala Harris, though. I think that if there's any loyalty, it's for Joe Biden, because these are the people that thought that Joe Biden was going to be running, or people that simply just want to vote Democrat because they have zero clue what is really going on.
And the abortion issue is a big deal.
Yeah.
The one thing about the Republicans is they are grappling with the abortion thing. And you know what? I shouldn't say it, but it's a big deal.
Just say it.
It's a big deal, but it's like abortion to a lot of women is hyper important. It's more important than the cost of eggs.
Mm-hmm.
It's more important than getting a house at a 8% interest rate. It's more important. The fact that one day I might be pregnant, not me, but if I'm a female, one day I might get pregnant and I don't have that option in front of me anymore. Wow, that just trumps everything. And that's one thing that the Republicans just cannot seem to have a coherent message.
Well, I think Donald Trump did a damn good job at the debate of explaining
I do too.
what is actually happening.
But they don't
want to
hear it. They don't want to hear it. All they want to do is listen to Kamala say that he's going to have a nationwide abortion ban, and all he's done is given it back to the states.
Mm-hmm.
That's all he's done. So it was never legal here. But you know what?
It's like this. It's like, do you want a car where there's impedance on the gas, like having a governor on it? Would you like to have a Camaro that has a governor on it that only let you go 80 miles an hour when you know the car can do 160? They want the 160 with the abortion thing. They want no limitations. They want no restrictions. They want to have the discussion with the doctor.
They want to have the right to their own
Yes.
body. And these are the same
Yes.
hypocrites that have the audacity to show up during a major pandemic and tell people that they're being forced, shamed, whatever it is, into getting the jab. Those are the same people that turn around and say, freedom for my body, my body, my choice.
Yeah.
You're not going to force me to do anything. And then they want to talk about how you have to get the jab because you're saving lives.
Yeah.
Yet they turn around in the same breath and they say, you have to let me have the right to take this life away.
Yeah.
So, there's really just no place for it in a political pulpit. There really isn't, because if you're going to so broadly say my body, my choice, all of these freedoms, whatever, well, then it has to go. It has to be streamlined for every different policy.
Well, it's such a big issue. It's starting to bubble up here in the state of Missouri. I mean, they're trying to get that on a ballot. Was it amendment? Or
they're trying to add an amendment.
Yeah, they're trying to get and all of a sudden this Kuntz guy who's running against Josh Hawley, who Josh Hawley should be just a layup, is gaining a little bit of steam on Josh Hawley because of certain dumbass issues like that.
Josh Hawley is dominating polling in that race, Eric. Josh
Not
Hawley,
that I saw.
No, he's dominating, and what they're trying, he is crushing Kuntz.
What's it, an 8-point spread?
Oh, it's
in the state of Missouri.
It's larger than that, and what Kuntz has done is they've gone after. There's a group that's come into Missouri, an alt-left group, that has come in and putting a lot of messaging only on the abortion issue.
Yes,
with younger people.
Yes,
that's it. And then
strategy.
And then look at the polling and who's been doing the polling. They're liberal groups. Mm-hmm. I'm just telling you.
I hate to make excuses for polling because
Josh Hawley is going to beat the hell. Well, it doesn't even matter if he beats the hell out of him. Josh Hawley is not going to lose to Lucas Kuntz. No, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, I sure hope not.
Well, they got a debate coming up, next week or something like that on your old station?
On Fox 2.
And it's going out statewide, and I don't know who's running the debate, but you're right. But I tell you what, you get Josh Hawley on camera, and you go, Mr. Hawley, let's talk about abortion.
Josh Hawley.
And if you can all of a sudden take an issue which the state of Missouri did not have to worry about 8 years ago.
Yeah, but
come on.
But I'm going to tell you right now, one of the best debaters in America, one of the best speakers, orators of breaking down issues and explaining them in a fantastic manner is Josh Hawley.
I agree with that.
He's
a lot like Vivek in that respect. I really do think
Before we got out of here today too, it's something that you want to bring up, and I think it's fascinating because national media, world media only wants to talk about how bad Israel is. They don't even want to talk about the assassination attempt on Donald Trump. They don't want to talk about what's actually happening to him and his family. But Israel struck back using pagers. Did you see this?
I saw it.
Hey,
Was the guy in the video, was he killed or was he just maimed? Because it seemed like it was in his
somebody,
pocket.
No,
Somebody,
we
there
have
was
a
one
video.
person I thought that was killed.
Yeah, well,
unalived.
there's been 8.
8
Yeah,
deaths from it?
eight deaths, and then 1,000 injured from it.
So Israel, what they did was they were
2,700
able to.
Oh, now it's 2,700.
Yeah,
you're right.
They
It's
were
on here.
able to access pagers that Hezbollah was using. Who else uses pagers in this day and age?
Well, here the reason is they think that they're being spied on.
Yeah.
So it
exactly.
makes sense.
It makes sense.
Yeah, they don't. Well, they know that their phones are being traced, tracked, listened to, and so they switched over to.
Are we showing video here?
Yeah, do you want to?
Sure,
It's
why not?
pretty good. It'll just it's real brief, but it gives you an idea and it explains how this happened.
Makes you wonder if this is possible with phones and devices nowadays that we have. I mean, if you can do it with a pager, you can do it with a 5G phone, I bet.
So for our podcast listeners, we're showing video when at the after effects of when the pagers all went out at one time. Pagers blew up. Didn't want to have that on in your pocket.
Yeah, I think that's good, Joe. Yeah.
How do you get the pagers into the hands of the terrorists?
Okay, so I was listening to this guy, this specialist, talk about it. So, number one, to answer your question, what?
From the chat line, Glenn says that gives a whole new meaning to balls to the wall.
Yeah, really.
It sure does.
Splattering against the wall.
Oh, sweet baby Jesus, help me.
Well, if you think that they can't do it with our 5G phone, I mean,
don't be afraid of 5G.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, if they can do it with a pager.
But
there's an explosive device in it.
Yeah,
There's an explosive device in
this is why I love this story so much, because I'm telling
So
you
sad
what.
to see those innocent terrorists.
Right. I know. I mean,
yeah.
Well, I would like to preface this by saying that there were people that were injured that were not part of Hezbollah, and that is awful and horrible. However, man, the IDF, they rock. I mean, Israel, look at them. I mean, I always just think about them being this little tiny speck over in the Middle East, right?
Yeah.
And they've got that Iron Dome, and they can infiltrate these terrorist groups like nothing I've ever seen. And so, I kind of feel weird and bad saying that. I just think that they're awesome, but man, they're freaking awesome.
Yeah.
So they had the
They have
ability
no
to
choice
go in,
but to be awesome or die.
Yeah.
Yeah. They figured out how to get these pagers. They knew that they were going to be distributed and it's a certain kind of pager that gets distributed to Hezbollah. So they have they all have the same kind of pager, and that is how they talk back and forth. So they got them, and apparently there's screws still, on the back of pagers. So they were all taken, the backs were removed. They were placed, an explosive device in there. And obviously programmed to have a simultaneous page go off to all of the members of Hezbollah at the same time, and boom. So, I mean, if that is not just absolutely incredible, and
it's psychological warfare is what
it is. And they said that the biggest part about this for Hezbollah is the humiliation that they were infiltrated. It's not that, that they're being injured. It's the humiliation.
No, I think the guys that had their balls blown off are upset.
Yeah,
about
they're
that.
like, I'm embarrassed, but I'm in pain.
But I mean,
Robert said they added a substance to the lithium batteries that made them blow up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so they say, that the pagers, they take a AAA battery. So any kind of, battery. And so, Robert just said that, that they added something, which is just, I mean, how amazing.
Yeah.
I mean,
how
for
did
them
they
to
add
do
it
that.
to just those specific pagers, though?
Well, that's why the
that.
intel that they have, they said that, look, there's going to be a new distribution of because they change their pagers out regularly. So there's going to be a new distribution. So their intel said, hey, these are going to be the ones that are going to be distributed.
So they caught him. They were the middleman somehow.
Yeah, somehow, some way. And that's why how
it's genius.
It is. It truly is just so genius.
And if you're afraid to carry your pager, because that thing has to always be on you. You can't have it across the room because it buzzes and it basically does.
Nobody will ever look at a pager the same way. The pager business just went down.
It's like Hezbollah's pigeon network.
But what's more disturbing is watching these videos and seeing all of these members of Hezbollah, a major terrorist group.
Speaking of members,
right next to you, just buying, some pears or some apples in the produce section at the local grocery, or walking in the street, or being in an office building, or being at the doctor's office. I mean, they're everywhere. And these poor people, they don't even know that these terrorists are living amongst them.
I do feel sorry for the the Gazan people, the Palestinian people, and the Hezbollah, the people that live around Hezbollah. But I also blame them, because you have the ability to say we're not gonna collude with terrorists anymore. We want to live so that my kids will have beautiful things.
Yeah,
Eric, I've only talked to one pro-Palestinian person that says that they want peace. But then when I talk to them and I ask them about Israel, they're not kind.
They're fearless because
they're not kind. And I'm just telling you, we can say, oh, there's all these people who want peace forever, maybe. Yeah. But when you start to ask them detailed questions, if they answer, they're really not, they're not on the side of Israel in any way whatsoever. I'm just being honest.
But to your point, so like Hezbollah, so you go like, why not fight back? Well, there has been, and that's what has caused so much unrest in Iran, because there has been these little civil wars, if you will, and they do try to fight back. And you know what the government does to those people?
Well, it's also right when you have a tier 1 country like Iran that's facilitating all of these weapons, and you're a young kid and you're like, I can either be on the side of that guy over there that's wheeling a cart down to get vegetables and fruit every morning, or I can be with those guys who are carrying the guns that are demanding respect, who are fighting a cause. So you have to
survival mode.
Yeah, it's like
truly.
It's like you just have to ask the question, do you want to live in this forever? And the answer is yes. They hate the Jews. This is not 80 years of hating the Jews. This is thousands of years of hating the Jews.
Yeah, and they're surrounded. I'm always like, gosh, you look at that and you look at them on the map and you're like, pack your stuff up and go. Get the heck out of there. But again, it's not that easy. But they are literally surrounded by people who literally don't even see them as a human being.
Yeah.
They think of them as trash and some other species that has no right to live. And they are surrounded by that. And so, I always think, whose side do we take right now? Do we, Kamala Harris, she's always talking about, the people in Palestine and Gaza, that it's just so unfair and there has to be a ceasefire and all of these other things. And there are people that it is so sad what's happening. But why is it that people aren't saying the same thing about the people in Israel? Why don't they feel sorry for them? They're the ones under attack 24/7, 365 days of the year. Yeah. And nobody ever wants to talk about, their right to life or those children or those women. It's always poor this, poor that. You're going to hear now people, all the poor Lebanese people or the poor Iranian people. You're going to hear that. No one ever brings it back to Israel. Mind you, we still have 100 hostages that we haven't gotten back. And nobody ever wants to talk about that either.
Yeah, that's true.
So whenever I see something like this and I see Israel, just go after these terrorist groups, I'm like, they are some incredible people. Yeah. Truly.
By the way, before we get out of here today, I was curious, did everybody get all their Facebook messages today? Did you know we were on? We started a little late. I just like to do our housekeeping. If everybody was listening, if we had a lot of people joining us on Facebook, that sort of thing. We like to keep track because, as you know, something happened to our feed the other day when we were talking about some subjects, and people are like, wait a second, I think people are trying to do something with your show because of topics that we get into. So just wanted to get, if you can let us know whenever you get a chance.
Yeah, if you guys were...
Robert said did not get the message.
What was the message?
Ben said it popped up when we're coming on.
Did you guys did we scramble at all or dip out for a second or anything like that?
But we'll keep up with that, and we appreciate you guys joining us. And Eric, you guys playing anywhere this week?
You know what? Tonight we're at the Diamond Music Hall in the open mic
on a Thursday night.
We're not PRL. We have this little thing we used to do in the old days at Maggie Malone's in Winsfield, and it was an open mic, and it was kind of cool. And then COVID came and shut everything down.
So anyone can come up and jam with you.
Anybody. I got guitars.
Get out of here.
I got basses. We got drums. We got keyboards, ukuleles.
Ooh.
Djembes, no, not djembes, but we anything you can think of, and you can come up and just jam.
Oh
just jam.
My gosh,
and it's
how fun!
Yeah, it starts tonight. It's the last Thursday of every month, and so if you want to come up and jam, do it.
What can people get up and sing?
And sing.
Oh,
and
my
just make sure it's not
goodness.
Alanis Morissette or something, because it's always Alanis Morissette.
What? People still see Alanis Morissette?
Yeah, if I hear one more Alanis Morissette song, I'll kill myself.
That's awesome.
Come on,
I wouldn't even be able to do that. I wouldn't even attempt to do Alanis Morissette. I shouldn't attempt to do anybody.
I'd like to somebody come up and let's say I want to sing some Foghat.
Does anybody do Sinead O'Connor anymore?
Yes. Nothing compares.
Yeah.
By the way, we're having fun. We're free flowing. The politics stuff is maybe done. Who cares?
I'll get you up. We'll do a boy band song.
I can't sing. I wish I could.
You can dance.
I used to be able to dance.
Yeah. That's all right. Bring it back. Once you start going, you'll warm up.
No, and then I got
your
big
dance legs
and
back.
stiff.
We'll get you some Magic Mike going on. How's that? Pony.
Get down on it.
Do it in the butt.
I know somebody who can dance genuine. Remember?
Yes.
Is
that Pony?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got it from that.
Yeah, I got it. See, you can sing. Come on, stop it.
I can't. Can you sing?
No.
Megan? Yeah.
No. Oh, but it doesn't stop
Joe,
me
could you sing?
by any means.
I like to think I can, but I'm not going to do it on the air.
Because you have a deep voice. I didn't know.
No,
you're definitely
like
a Johnny Cash guy, aren't you?
Yeah,
You're definitely.
I can sing higher better than I can sing lower.
Really?
For sure. Oh my gosh, yeah.
You can do Journey.
Yeah,
We'll bring you to do
what?
some Steve Perry tonight.
Okay, there you go. Oh, all right. I'm there. I can do it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say another one bites the dust. I hear that song. I don't even know.
I got you. I got you.
That they play that at my boys' games all the time, and I'm just sitting there, and I get the feels.
You know the words?
Yeah.
You know the words all the way through? It's more of a rap.
Not. Maybe not.
Yeah.
Could you guys play Skater Boy for me?
We can reluctantly.
Some Blink 182.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Angels and Airwaves.
You and Blink 182.
Lit.
Or we can do like Jane's Addiction and like recreate the fight between Perry Farrell and Navarro.
Do you sing Jane Says?
Huh?
Do you sing Jane Says?
That's high.
Yeah.
That's way up there. You could probably do that.
I love that song. That's like a classic. And that's not even like my genre of music, but gosh, I love that song.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. That's a good one.
I looked at Megan's playlist the other day at lunch.
Okay, all right. That's okay.
I gotta know.
Oh,
it was like
Nerd City.
No, it was like, was there an opera song?
Yeah, I love opera.
There was an opera. There was Christian music, which was cool.
Yes, love my Christian music.
Was it Big Daddy Weave or
Big Daddy Weave's on there?
You had like deep, like country,
and old country. Like I like old country.
You struck me as like a rap girl.
No, I mean I used to listen to
rap
some
girl,
rap. You know,
R&B.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you know what? I never was a big R&B. I really never. I wasn't. And like in high school, like I loved country music before country music was cool.
Yeah,
that's a country song.
Yeah. Yeah. Is it?
It sounds like one.
Yeah. No, I did. Yeah, but no, I do. I
was country before
music.
Country was cool. That's a song.
Do you like opera?
I like opera. I mean, I'm more orchestral. I like. I don't need the singing so much, but but it's good. I get frustrated if there's no subtitles in Italian opera.
Yeah,
I would like to know what they're saying.
I grew up. This is like one of my fondest memories. My dad would always play opera every weekend. you know, because he was home, so he wasn't working. He traveled a
Yeah.
lot too.
Yeah.
And so he would be home, and my memories of the weekends were pancakes, Luciano Pavarotti.
Oh, damn.
Okay. And then the soccer games with the big horns, because it was always
Yeah.
like European football.
Yeah.
You know, my dad was a big soccer player.
Yeah.
So I hear horns, I hear Luciano Pavarotti,
Uh-huh.
and then the Three Stooges, WWE, and WWF.
Yeah.
That was my weekends growing
Damn.
up.
That
Yeah.
is an interesting little combination
It was.
right there.
It was
Yeah.
phenomenal. Yeah. So I still love all that old music.
What about Van Halen?
You know, that was my first concert. Funny story. My dad took me because, you know, I just had to go everywhere
Yeah.
my brothers went.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was my first concert,
Mhm.
and we go, my dad, you know, he's a hunter and a shooter. So
Yeah.
he had his earplugs
Of course.
in, and there was a girl that got up on top of someone's shoulders. So what would this have been?
4-ish.
84?
Yeah.
Yeah. And my dad, I thought he was going to come unglued. There was a gal that got up on top of shoulders and lifted her shirt.
Yeah.
And I don't know if my dad wasn't expecting it or
Yeah.
what, but man, the hand came over my face like this. And
Yeah.
I was like this.
Don't
And
go.
my-
Don't go to a PRL show.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh.
Well, it's much more. Well, anyway,
Yeah,
I'm just.
I
gonna
was
say,
right.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
country before country wasn't cool. Barbara Mandrell.
Oh,
The
okay.
Mandrell
oh,
sisters.
The Mandrells.
Thank you, Chris.
Weren't they great?
Yeah.
Who, Louise?
They were the original Dixie Chicks.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Okay. Wait, Barbara,
conservative
Louise,
ones.
and then the real cute one. She was so pretty.
I don't remember.
And they all could play their instruments.
Yeah.
They all could play their instruments.
The chicks. They
There was
they
a
were
day
my favorites for a
in the
long
80s.
time.
In the 80s, you could go down to Branson, Missouri, and you could go to this place called Presley's. If you guys remember the buffet, there was a place called Presley's Buffet. I think that's what it was called. And when you walked in there, you could see people like Roy Clark. You could see Mel Tillis. Remember Mel Tillis?
I don't know Mel
remember.
Tillis.
The
Yeah.
Mandrell sisters would be there.
Mm.
Anybody that was somebody, Lee Ritenour was down there one day.
I remember the names.
You could walk in, get your steak sandwich or whatever it was, and look to your right, and boom, there's some big country star right by you. Because they all used to play. Arlene Mandrell, that's
Okay.
right.
Arlene.
Who did that? Okay, thanks, Chris.
Arlene, baby.
Yeah, I think she was so pretty.
Oh my
Arlene
God,
was.
Yeah.
Hey, do you
We'll
guys
get-
know who Katie Oslin was? Do you guys remember Katie Oslin?
No.
Okay, here I'm going to tell everybody.
And then we'll
you-
call it a show.
Yes, go listen to the song. It's one of my favorites. It's in my playlist, but I've listened to this since I was, probably 16 years old. It's called Do Ya. So go listen to Katie Oslin, Do Ya, and I promise it'll be one of those
Yeehaw.
songs that you hear like you cannot get out of your head from that time on. It's amazing. Let me know what you think.
Yeah, that's what I want, a song in my head that just doesn't never
Vic, you'll
leaves.
hate it. You'll be like, what did she just have me listen to?
All right.
As long as
All right.
Skater Boy doesn't get in there today.
That's right.
Oh my God, it's stuck. I can feel it. It's not
Here,
going.
it's coming. It's coming.
What?
You don't know Skater Boy?
No.
I would
Really?
think that she would like the
I'll
old
play some
the
Skater
old
Boy for you.
Friends. If you look at her, you think the old Friends soundtrack might be in your craw.
Why? Because she's got some Courtney Cox look to her?
I didn't even think about that. She does have that
little.
Courtney Cox thing, doesn't she?
Yeah, a little.
Yeah.
It's my pale skin.
No, it's not.
It is. I know where you guys are going with this. Joe started it. Yeah, with the whole Courtney Cox.
He did?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
he
never
told
said
me
you
that a
had
while
pale
ago.
skin, though.
But I know what you're trying to say. That's
I
okay.
don't. Wow, that I didn't even put two and two together. That was a subconscious thing.
Mm-hmm. No,
I'll be
you know
there
what?
for you.
You think that's what I jam to?
Do you don't like that?
No,
Come on, man. They got
Not at
some good
all.
grooves.
Would this be
No.
content that we could sell, like post politics show?
what?
Like this stuff? Can we sell this? Would people like?
No, hell no, they wouldn't. This
Yeah,
is,
they
I
would.
didn't even know we were on the air anymore. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
You
Well,
don't know who Avril Lavigne is?
Yeah, I know who
She
Avril
sang
Lavigne-
Skater Boy.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you meant, do I know a group called
Oh,
Skater
no.
Boy?
No, there's
No,
probably
yeah.
one.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
probably
Eric's
is.
new group.
Yeah.
No.
Me and Eric.
Oh, okay.
We're
There
just
you
going to
go.
call our group T-Bar.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
What's that?
I'll be the backstage. I'll get you guys ready.
Yeah.
Joe can do the lights and the sound.
Yeah.
How's that?
Guys, we
Okay.
appreciate you joining us for the
Yeah.
show today.
Well, this light show's better than PRL's light show. I'll tell you that right
Well,
now.
Yeah.
sound. It's a true story. Anyway, that's
what the light that Joe does.
Anything he does is much better than what PRL has. It's a shame, but that's all right.
Hire me to do your show.
I will.
Kidding.
You're hired
Our
right
lighting
now.
is
Bring a fogger.
Our lighting
and a
is
laser.
amazing. All right. We appreciate it, guys. Thanks for joining us for cancelthisshow.com. The fastest hour plus. We joined. You joined if you're watching live a little bit later today. We will catch up with you on Monday. But please check out all of our social media platforms. If you're not following, please get an account, follow, like, subscribe, share the show. We picked up 1,000 followers on TikTok in like a week and a half.
Yeah, we did.
I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah,
there's like 20,000 likes.
You're part of it, there,
you're
buddy.
Kidding?
No, they're coming.
Are you kidding?
We have 30,000 views on videos now in under a month.
I'm telling you, TikTok's the place, man.
So we're X, TikTok. You can catch us on Rumble, Facebook, Instagram. Instagram's been slow.
Has it?
Yes. Because Instagram is about puppies and beautiful, cute little things.
That's funny because that's all that comes up in my feed.
It's puppies
and babies.
It's puppies and health and beauty supplies.
A lot of health.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where I get my makeup.
Yeah. Thanks everybody for your patience this morning too with our technical difficulties. So we appreciate
Well,
you.
do you want to tell them why
us.
there were technical difficulties?
No. We don't need to get. We feel bad. Nobody wants to deal with that kind of crap.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah.
So for Pro Joe and Eric Johnson, Megan Marie Moret, I'm Vic Faust. Guys, thanks for watching us. We'll catch up with you again on Monday. If you have story ideas, let us know. Please check out our website, cancelthisshow.com, to check out all of our advertisers, our sponsors. That includes Complete Auto Body Repair attorney David Gregory, Wenty's, of course. You've also got Rockwood Charcoal, Capriati Sandwich Shop, and real estate agent Megan Livingstone. The feds dropped the rate a half point yesterday. Might be a time to start looking again.
Yep.
Check it out. Let us know for the numbers. We'll keep you posted. Have a great day.